Nicki Minaj husband versus Cardi B husband. So I just did a video on this. It went crazy and everything like that. My question is essentially what is doing too much? From what it initially started is like some gallery or something like that years ago where Nicki and uh, Cardi B got into it, and then all of a sudden, for some odd reason, Nicki Minaj's husband is rumored to have been the reason why Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B left, which prompted Offset to jump in his inbox and say something to him, and then turn around and Cardi B husband, I mean not Cardi B husband, Nicki Minaj's husband ends up outside in New York talking about pull up.
I got a Brooklyn hoodie on, huh? So they don't know where I'm from. They know where I'm from, though. They know. I can't act like I don't. Big Queens.
Yeah, sturdy. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Money, man. What's up?
Yeah.
Where the niggas is at, man?
Yeah.
Huh?
You don't know.
Yeah.
They said you don't know. Zoom.
Plan that vacation. You gonna be planning your funeral, pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the way to the street. Everything, nigga. Let's play. Let's play. What's up?
We'll meet you there.
Let's get it.
Let's meet you there. Legendary. That's the start.
Let's get it going, man.
We'll meet you on your vacation.
That's a fact.
They got Big Zoo outside. They wanted to come at me at the VMAs, man. We ain't even do nothing to nobody, man.
Man, what's poppin', man? What's poppin',
nigga.
man? Nobody hiding around here, man.
Yeah,
We outside. All the way up in
We ain't ducking that. Offset, where you at? That's it. Gotta spend that. That. Go Kanye. Know it's shop, man. Know it's shop, yeah. We outside. Big Zoo outside. Big Queens, right? Yeah.
Drop your low now. Drop your low now.
You got
Doing, man.
them niggas all acting like niggas DM me. Yo, where you at? Where you at? Yeah.
We outside. We run this shit. Don't let these fool you. We run this shit.
You see the addresses on the buildings. You see the plates on the cars.
Man, what's going on? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What y'all niggas
Ends up outside in New York talking about pull up. Mind you, I think he's 46 years old. 46. I don't know how old Offset is, but I'm fairly certain he's not over 33 years old. So I'm asking the question to you, Kamisha. What should be the appropriate response that Nicki Minaj should take in this instance?
As a woman, I think she should be the bigger person, and first pull her husband up because, like you said, he's 46 years old, and he should be acting way more mature than anybody. He's the oldest, so I mean, she should just pull her husband up on some of the things that he's doing and saying.
I agree with Kamisha. Like, you're too grown. I feel like, for one, Nicki should be the one to pull her husband aside because, sorry, you're only here because of me. Like, no offense.
Right.
Like, I'm the one who has the status, who has the platform, who everybody's going to be looking at when you act crazy, and you already got this title associated with your name. I don't know if it's true or not. It's been a lot of back and forth on whether or not he did it, whatever the case is.
Mhm.
Still got charged and lost. So law say he did it. So
Yeah. Well,
you gotta always register. So
Yeah.
he did it.
So, like,
Wow.
let's pipe down. You already got something, a name for yourself. You don't need to add more to that, especially because motherfuckers ain't really even looking at you. They're looking at me. And you're embarrassing me acting like a teenager at this event, we got going on. So I agree. I feel like Nicki should have stepped in and be like, Nicki, what the fuck is you doing?
Yeah.
Here's where I have a problem with him and her. She should never be dealing with something that goddamn despicable. That dude is, I can see him as like a booty call as a male for her, but marrying this dude and taking his last name, if he did that, I mean, if she did that and having a baby with this type of dude, hell no, that's bad for business.
Yeah.
You don't need this man to defend you because that's what your money is for. Shawty, you got money. You should not be. There are so many other men that are very well qualified. Nicki Minaj should have a square, a dude who don't need to be in the spotlight. None of that crap or anything like that. I don't know if she has like self-esteem issues or stuff like that, anything like that, but there is nowhere in this world a person like that should be anywhere near Nicki Minaj. She is highly attractive,
Exactly.
massively
I
successful.
agree.
So her pedigree of her work is going to be completely different.
Yep.
So I'm just curious, Raven, why do you why what's a theory on why you could see why Nicki Minaj would mess with a dude like Zoo? That's his nickname.
To be honest, again, I haven't done too much research into. I like Nicki Minaj, but I like the old Nicki. You know, when she really started to get a name for herself and really started to be everywhere and for
Hmm.
everybody, she lost a little bit of that realness. So I stopped really paying attention to her too much. But to be honest, you know what they say about like her family, her brother, what she comes from. So I feel like she's just used to that. And it's fucked up. It's not okay. But I do feel like we've all met somebody who's been, used to a certain type of craziness or a certain type of dysfunction.
Hmm.
And to them, it just becomes really normal. So I feel like somebody with that type of reputation, it's no biggie to her because, like I said, she's been around that shit already. Again, I don't make no sense to me, especially being as big as she is and having the type of platform, but it also hasn't affected her being around those type of people. So why would she stop it?
Kamisha, what kind of men do you think if you were in her position that you would even want to attract to that spot? Or do you think there's a place for quote unquote thugs and all that stuff in the dating aspect, husband material thing?
I mean, it sure wouldn't be him. I would say that, but um, I mean, just somebody that's on her level, like somebody that has the same statue as her, like and like she said, I think is she's looking for love, and no matter who it comes from, like I mean, not no matter who it comes from, because Nicki Minaj is just not gonna accept anybody, but I just think she's looking for love because she had a rough life, and like she's mentioned her family and stuff like that, she's used to that. She's used to that.
Okay,
So
so here's where we'll disagree at, right? She already dated Nas and Meek Mill, so kind of
Mm, I feel like that was more that was a PR stunt. I don't think she really liked. Well, don't get me wrong, Nas was a good look for her. I feel like to a certain extent, it both. My bad, I hella interrupted.
go
Uh,
ahead, complete it, complete it. Take your time.
it to a certain extent, I feel like the Nas and the
Meek,
her with Nas made sense to a certain extent because that's also when she was coming into more of her grown womanness. And
hmm.
Nas Ben had that reputation of being that nigga. So it was kind of like that perfect power couple. Meek was somebody that he at the same time was making a name for himself. He had been shooting at Nicki, been talking about Nicki. It was a cute idea, but realistically, Nicki just ended up running all over him. And
Yeah.
I feel like Meek never really recovered too well from, you know, the breakup. Like that nigga was I'm not even I feel bad for how bad we laughed at that boy, but we did for like a good year and a half straight. Like that man couldn't do nothing right.
um, so
And
I'm just curious about the allure for women in those positions because I get the bad boy thing. There is an attraction from women for quote unquote prissy women in the bad boy. This is why in the earlier days you had the Fonz, the guy with the leather jacket and all that stuff, or earlier cartoons and stuff like that. It's always the bad kid or the outlaw type of kid that always gets the cute girl because there's a weird ass allure that y'all have, and they call it the Romeo and Juliet effect. That's what it's actually deemed as is too. You shouldn't be with him because they're telling you how bad he is, but now your curiosity makes you explore. You shouldn't be with her because she's not like the other girls that you've been with. She's the more pent up one and all this stuff and reserved and all that stuff. So can whatever. It's a very interesting dynamic which ultimately never really works itself out. I'm gonna be honest. She need to get rid of that nigga. Hopefully she got a prenup and everything like that, but that type of stuff like that, the way he just handled that, also got bodyguards. So what was you gonna do with these old ass niggas that look like mechanics that never made it?
Yeah.
Like if y'all would have ran up on these niggas and got smoked, then what would have happened? Nobody would have cared. It made a little couple of headlines and stuff like that. But as far as how he handled that, I ain't gonna hold you. That shit was pathetic.
Yeah.
You 46 years old. You 4 years away from 50. You're 15 years damn near from a retirement home. It's a level of maturation. If you really wanted static with him like that, y'all could have hit each other up behind the scenes and basically boxed it out.
Can I ask you, as a man, why do you think he did that shit?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Like I literally heard how he was waiting outside for Offset with a couple guys and
Yeah,
like
looking goofy.
Yeah,
yeah, goofy.
Looking
I could
goofy.
tell you why. It was more so an intimidation factor. Like, bro, don't think we scared of you. Like how
And then to record yourself
But
is
I don't even
ridiculous.
understand
right.
why it was ever necessary. Like whatever beef Cardi and Nicki had was hella years ago. It was kind of old in the industry. Like it was no reason for you to feel like, oh, let me puff out my chest and try to protect my what nobody was coming for Nicki.
Well, we
Nobody was
don't
coming
know
for Nicki.
behind the scenes though either, because let's look at it this way: Nicki rocking with the Ice Spice girl, but at the same time, Nicki and Lotto got into it, and then next thing you know, Cardi B and Lotto is best friends. You get what I'm saying? So it's a level of pettiness that still
Yeah.
exists here. I ain't gonna act like it don't. I would say more than likely the reason why he did it is because he thinks that he's defending the honor of Nicki. But the problem with it is in that industry in particular, the way you ultimately win is you dominate through music and sales, and you dominate through relevancy. You dominate in a way that you blackball people. Hey, if I'm going here, she can't go there. I mean, Cardi B still ain't put out a second album. So we really don't know how successful she truly is. She's not even on that level, and I think they don't get it. Like drama sells. Don't get it confused. Drama absolutely sells, and Nicki is still good. Like she's still doing dope features. I'll be honest. Like I haven't heard a whack feature with her yet in this last 2 years. Like she's been really
But
killing
also
it.
Nicki been super pop lately. Like
I'm not feeling it.
I'm hoping like I don't know. One day we get that old Nicki back where she's dropping like real good. I don't know. I feel like
Yeah,
the
I
last
agree
couple
with her
albums been
because
very
like Nicki
poppy.
changed the whole lot.
It's been
I
very poppy.
wholeheartedly agree. Like
And I'm not gonna lie, I don't mean to sound silly when I say this shit, but I kind of miss the old like streetness about Nicki. She was very still like on her girly feminine shit, but she was a little bit street with it, you know. Especially nowadays, like that's what unfortunately motherfuckers love to hear, you
So then
know.
hold on, and so then maybe this helps her because even though it's lame and corny and
No, this is not gonna help her in no way, shape, or
all
form.
right,
She like if you wanted to have a beef with somebody, you should have started with she could have started a beef with whoever she wanted. She didn't need her old ass boyfriend, or husband,
husband,
whatever. My
husband, yeah,
husband
husband.
standing outside with his old ass homeboys. Like you really did look silly as fuck. Like he just looked too grown and too goofy.
All right, we'll leave
and
it
then to
at
record yourself like that's like
Had your homeboy record it. Like come on now. And it really was like you did it in a way to easily where you could try to scapegoat and make it seem like it was just all your homeboy. And if shit really got start to go left for you, you could just cut him off and you and Nicki can slide. But you was in that shit talking just as much as you knew that man was at in that girl.
yeah.